Nah, but what was you saying, Smoke? I got a recording.
I was saying about the bombing, you know what I'm saying, the Oklahoma City bombing. Everybody keep talking about white people did the bombing. I'm like, man, you got to have a military plane. That's a military thing, you feel me? So it ain't just white people. This is white people in the government, you feel me? You made the right thing about saying white, but it was white people in the government. That's the difference between white people and white people in the government, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit, this means there's people who got control of this stuff right there. But like I say, I just think that everybody need to make that straight up analogy of saying, okay, this came from the air. If you are in the air, somebody is in the air traffic control tower somewhere else. You feel me? This plane could have easily been a Japanese plane or a Chinese plane. Not to say that Chinese people trying to kill black folks. We know that ain't the case because Buddha got this great connection with Africans. We know that ain't the case. You feel me? But I don't want nobody to make the wrong thing of thinking that just because this man over there called you a nigga, that don't mean that he's the one that had anything to do with the bomb coming down, you feel me? We didn't get to those people, bro, you feel me, to stop the bombs first, you feel me?
It wasn't civilians in Oklahoma.
It wasn't civilians, you feel me? It wasn't civilians at all, but the people that were killed and the places that were killed were civilians, and that is a major thing. I just don't know what it is about black people thinking like, you ain't supposed to say what happened to your people. I don't give a damn if I put up a picture of 3 slaves getting killed by a slave master. I'm not going to feel bad because I know those slaves didn't do anything because they were never supposed to be slaves in the first place. And then, talking about that, everybody like to scream on Christianity. Well, how in the hell did slave masters read the Bible and still kill and beat slaves? I'll tell you why. Because they never believed in that Bible in the first place. Because if you believe in that Bible, you ain't going to let yourself have no slave like that, man. That's just real. Now, I know one thing. God ain't never told nobody to be nobody damn slave, nigga. So I don't want to. If nigga tell me I'm a prophet, God said you going to be my. Well, now, nigga, I want to talk to God. Give me that nigga's cell phone number, nigga.
Now, what about that passage in the Bible that everybody tries to use to justify what slave masters was thinking about? The passage in the Bible that says for slaves to listen to their masters.
Well, and that's what I say again, because that's what I say, that people try to make God seem like a person, and you can't make God a person. God is an essence, you feel me? If you make God a person, then that means you made him a type of person. So what type of you telling me that God is the type of person that'll make a man another man's slave? That goes against the laws of nature. That's why I don't even try to get into it too much, you feel me? Bible got some history in it, some African history, some folk tales, you feel me? But that's not all true, you feel me? And if it's not all true, then we got to address that, you feel me? Every black person in church that got a white Jesus in there, I'm going to ask you, is that the picture of Jesus? And then they say, well, it don't matter if the picture of Jesus is black or white. I'll be like, you know what, you're right. Put the black one up then.
Right.
Why? Because it don't matter. You just said it don't matter. You had the white one up, put the black one up just for a week. You had the white one up 400 years. Put the one up, put the black one up just for 1 week. Only black Jesus we didn't ever seen on TV was on the episode of Good Times with the episode of Ned the Wino. You feel me?
Right.
And that was wrong.
And they was ridiculing it.
Right. If I would have wrote Good Times, man, that's why I said if I was on some of them shows, bro, when I was on Good Times, as soon as Thelma said, that's Ned the Wino, I said, shut up, girl. Shut the fuck up. It's a black picture of Jesus in Ethiopia. God damn it. Shut up. These people kill me out here, bro. You feel me? Because just because I think that people starting to think that the birth of Jesus started Christianity. They fail to realize there was a Christianity going on before Christ came, you feel me? And that needs to be addressed too, you know what I mean? But hey, you know, you can't tell people nothing like that. As soon as I had a preacher tell me one time, I went to the church, I said, hey man, when you gonna change the black Jesus to white? He said, get your ass out of here. Get out of my church with talk about my Jesus. And that's the black man. I said, all right, man, I'm gone. I catch you at the Waffle House. Then I seen him the same night in the strip club. I said, see what I'm talking about?
And that's the crazy thing that gets me is, you know, I don't dog anybody's religion, their beliefs. As long as you're a good person, that's all that matters. But my whole thing is, how do you believe in a Jesus that doesn't look like you when all the evidence says he came from where your ancestors came from?
Well, see, but once again, now that's a touchy thing, but I just try to, people are trying to justify the religion, you feel me? And they're trying to bring the science into the religion. Failing to realize that a long time ago, we learned the religion and the science in the same place now, you feel me? Like, I know for a fact that I ain't got to, me and you feel me? We can be African American, we're gonna put it on the job application, but we know we African, you feel me?
Right.
But my main thing is saying that is, as long as we can keep it real with each other about the facts, then forget what anybody else say. You know what I'm saying? As long as we can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can honestly say that, okay, well, when was the first African American born? And then somebody will say, well, 17. Well, it don't matter, because somebody made that word right there. You know what I'm saying? That word. What were we before we were African American? Or we were just African then?
That was it.
All right, then. That mean we still African now. Have Chinese people changed?
Hell, African American is so recent. That's what people don't realize. African American is so recent. Before that, we were savages. We were slaves.
Well, Negroes before that.
Negroes, niggas. Afro American.
But no, but there's a good thing with the African American that we can say, because we saying African American, but we still know they saying Afro American. But we can do something with that, because in all these other countries, the black population, and when I say black, I mean the mix. You got
Afro-Dominican,
You feel what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then we need to take all of these Afros and put them together and say, what do we have in common? And the one thing that we have in common is that we are Africans. See, one thing I will say, man, I met this dude, man, he was telling me he was a KKK member. And he said, well, man, I said, what y'all talk about at the KKK?